What's going on, gentlemen? This is Sergeant Merrill, and prepare yourself for some awesomeness in this video, because today we're going to check out a version of the Max called the ScatterMax. Now, I'm not what you would call a PlanetSide 2 expert. You know, I've given information in the past in some videos that weren't exactly correct. But I love this game, and I play it a lot, and I can tell you one thing. When I step into this Max with this particular setup, I kick some ass, and I thought it was worth some video to share with you guys. So basically, what the setup is, it's the Scattercannon on both your primary and secondary. So it's that awesome semi-automatic shotgun on both hands. And then I like to unlock the slug ammunition. Now, unlocking stuff in the Max is a little bit of a pain in the ass. They require a lot more certs than other weapons with other classes, but for good reason. For example, the extended magazine here, which gives you an extra 5 rounds in each magazine for each Scattercannon, costs 500 certs, and as you can see, I haven't quite worked up to that point yet. But this is my basic setup. Scattercannons on both hands with the slug ammunition. Let's take a look at this monster. Now, one other note you probably saw, I put the composite armor on there. I got some weapon and some armor camo on there. And that's just for show, guys. That's just because I love this thing so much that I'm like, here, take my money. I want to make it look cooler. And it certainly does, because it's very intimidating to see this monster coming at you with both Scattercannons, slug ammunition ready to go. You'll just see how quickly it rocks people in the face. Now, the Scattercannon is already pretty good without slugs. It'll rock people really good up close. But the problem that you see is over a distance, it really starts to degrade. And with the slug ammunition, as long as you hit him with that slug, you're putting some decent damage on him. So you can go medium to long range with this, where you could never reach out with the regular Scattercannon. And you see it right there. You know, you can put consistent, really hard rounds into a doorway and just take people out. And you don't need to be right up on them in order to do it and put yourself in a bad situation. Now, some people don't like the slug ammunition because you do have to have a little bit more of a pinpoint accuracy than you do without it. Like if you're in a biolab or something, maybe you don't really need slugs. There's going to be a lot of close quarter scenarios, and if you're not using it, it's just you need to point it in their general direction and you're going to take them out. With this one, you need to go ahead and put your cursor directly on them because it is a slug. It's not that buckshot that you're going to get with the regular ammunition. But if you ask me, totally worth the trade-off. You're not quite as effective in really close quarters, but you are effective in medium to long range, whereas without it, you're completely not. Like, you see somebody past, 30, 40 meters, you just kind of wave at them, or use your charge to try and close the distance. With this, you don't have to do that. Now, some people really have a hard-on for the hacksaw shotgun, which I don't really like. It's a fully automatic version, pretty much, of the Scattercannon, but it fires really fast, so you lose your magazine really quickly, and it takes, what I feel, a lot longer to reload. And considering that the extended magazines takes 500 certs for each weapon on each hand, it's going to be a while before you get that unlocked. So, in my opinion, the Scattercannon is the best choice for you to go. You'll also see a lot of people in the Maxes using flak armor, and after messing with the nanites, I'm a big nanite freak in this game. I use it for pretty much every vehicle I can. I put the nanites on the Max, and they're good. You do get regeneration after a little while of not getting damaged, but the regeneration is extremely slow. And there usually are plenty of engineers around that will heal you, like this guy right here. Such a nice guy. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the flak armor is a really good choice if that's what you want to go with. I think that I'm actually going to be switching over to that from the nanites, simply because most of the damage that is coming at you in the Max is going to be in the form of some type of explosive. If all the guy has is his weapon, he's usually not even going to try. He's gonna round him. He's gonna come around the corner. He's gonna see you. He's gonna be like, "Oh fuck," and he's gonna turn around. Or if typically what happens is you'll have a light assault or someone like that that'll throw some C4 at you and try and kill you that way. What's not going to happen is someone's going to charge at you straight ahead and try and shoot you with small arms fire and kill you. It's not going to work out. You're going to shoot them twice with your Scattercannons and blow their face off. It's not going to work good in their favor. Now, that doesn't mean you're an unstoppable tank that can just chill out in the open and just kill people as they run across open areas. That's really not what this particular setup with the Max is good for. You're good for this particular area right here, sitting on a point, defending the crap out of it, and just surprising the hell out of anybody who decides to come inside. Now, your Max can take a beating. It sure can against small arms fire, but it does accumulate really quickly. So you don't just need to sit there and take it, like I see a lot of people doing. You know, yeah, your max can take damage, but it doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't mean you can't use the same smart gunplay that you use with a lot of the other classes. So if you're sitting on a point like this and you're taking damage, or you have multiple enemies coming in on you, try and play cat and mouse a little bit. Play peekaboo with them. You know, go around different areas and flank around through a different pathway. Try and get them in a one-on-one situation, because that's where you're going to shine. That's where they say, oh fuck, and turn around and get killed anyway. Now, one warning I do want to give you is that as the max, you shouldn't be pushing past your team's front line. You know, so you shouldn't push past your front line and try and take out people on the objective, simply because you can't cap it without your teammates. The max cannot cap objectives. So your role in taking the objective is keeping it clear, not in actually capping it itself. So if your team's not there, you shouldn't be there either. You should probably focus on what you can do in order to help your team get there. But overall, the ScatterMax is definitely one of the best close quarters options out there. And that's what's really interesting about the max class in general. There's a lot that you can do with it. You know, you can kind of go like a hybrid class if you wanted to. So if I wanted to sit on top of this roof with one of my weapons being the burster, I could kind of perform a little bit of anti-air, and then if somebody was coming in on the objective, I could use my other weapon as the Scattercannon and kind of perform some defense there as well. So there's a lot that you can do with the max, and I'm interested to see how you guys use it. There's a lot of creativity that's going into this class and playing it in multiple different ways, and I want to know what you guys think and what you're currently using it as. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this setup helps you a little bit if you were a little confused about what the ScatterMax actually is. But that's all I have for this video. This is Sergeant Merrill, out here.